for everybody. There's not really much of a change that I've made on the portfolio so far. The only change that I've made is I bought another share of SCHD, which is my Charles Schwab ETF that I was talking about, or I've been talking about. Remember, I talked about last week where basically I'm trying to focus my Robinhood portfolio to be a whole lot more focused on ETFs than anything else. And so that's what I've been doing. I just bought, like I said, every 2 weeks, it's $40 coming in. So I bought some more shares in that to continue to grow the portfolio that way. But apart from that, the other thing, if we go to my M1 Finance portfolio, the only other change that I have coming up, it hasn't been processed yet. M1 takes a little bit longer than Robinhood, is I'm just buying a couple more shares, or I'm buying into Realty Income Corp and to Bank of America. And the main reason that I'm doing that is because of my weight distribution right now. I think I have a good portfolio of companies in my M1 Finance. If I go into my holdings real quick, I like the 10 companies that I have. And so for the time being, I'm just going to be looking to invest more and more and more into these companies. But the main reason that I'm focusing on buying Bank of America and on buying Realty Income Corp is because those two parts of my portfolio are underweight. And so I'm trying to increase my weight in those two parts. So buy more in Realty Income Corp and buy more in Visa for the time being. And then after that, it's just going to be doing its own thing and trying to operate to make sure that everything is balanced out and operating at optimal levels. And yeah, that's the only changes that I made on these two portfolios. It's probably going to be boring. And this is the thing about investing. For people like me, I want my investments to be very boring. I'm going to invest in a lot of boring companies, except for tech, because I find tech very interesting and there's a lot of companies in tech. But what you want to do when it comes to picking companies, you want a boring, stable company to invest in. You don't want to always be speculating and all this stuff. You want a company that you understand their business model for the most part, and you understand how they make their money, so that it's just a boring thing. Like you're looking at it and it's like, oh, it's not fancy. It's not like I'm playing any kind of games. I'm not doing any kind of tradings. It's just a very boring process of going through just literally money comes in, I invest it. Money comes in, it goes directly to what I want it to go to. And that's exactly how I would like my investments to go. That's why I switched it up in my Robinhood portfolio to be ETFs. It's the most boring kind of investment you can make. Is you're not even looking at companies, you're just looking at an ETF that holds a bunch of companies in it, which is boring, but at the same time, you don't want too much excitement when it comes to investing. Anyway, moving on from there, the only other thing is I want to give a shout out to the Centennial investor who commented on my last video and said, oh, one thing that I could do on my dividend tracking spreadsheet, if you guys saw that video, is instead of me copying and pasting the number from Seeking Alpha as to what the dividend yield is, he gave me a beautiful equation, which I should have known this because it's a very, very good equation. It's a very basic equation that I should have known. Basically, all you do, and we'll do it on the M1 portfolio since I haven't done it there yet, is you just do equals to your annual dividend from the company divided by the market price. And that's it. It gives you the exact same thing for your dividend payout, which is just, I was like, man, what was I doing this whole time? Why was I having to copy and paste it when I could have just done this whole time? So it's a slight change, and shout out to him for giving me that heads up that I could do that, and just for showing me to do that. And so that's good news.